President Cyril Ramaphosa says there are plans in place to extract young South African men sold to fight for Russia in the Ukraine war, following direct talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin about extracting them from the conflict. In a recent press briefing, families of the victims expressed frustration over months of danger and uncertainty. About 8 months ago, the young men left Johannesburg, supposedly for bodyguard training in Russia, but the promised program never materialized. One of the family members is joining us in studio now for more on that. Thulani Mahlangu, good to have you, and thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thank you for having me.
On Tuesday, following, of course, your plea and your cry to the president, which we carried on our platform here, the president had a high-level telephonic discussion with the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin. They have both now expressed their commitment to get your children back here. Firstly, react to that.
We are very much pleased to hear that, because we got that maybe an hour after the interview, that the president has contacted the Russian president about the repatriation of our family members from Russia. Yes, and then we are so happy because we found some calls from overseas, from Russia, saying that they were removed from the war zone, and then they are no more in combat.
All right. And
then they are in their private clothing. And then the other thing, they are just preparing papers for their repatriation.
That is good news. So, because that would have been my next question. Yeah. What is the ongoing coordination between the teams here and the teams overseas? So you're saying the teams in Russia have already contacted you to say they've been pulled from front of combat, and they are now in their private clothing, okay?
Yes, yes.
So what is the process now?
The process is just that we are just waiting for the president office to inform us. As you remember, we asked that we'll come back after 7 days, maybe we can get the full report of what has transpired or what is happening if they are not back within 7 days.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, talk to us about the deception itself. I mean, now that you've had time to reflect on it, how does this make you feel? The fact that you as families were deceived, your children were deceived, and they were brought into this under false pretenses?
We are very much unhappy about the whole situation, because firstly, you must bear in mind that these people, they were taken from their homes. Some of them, they are unemployed, and then they seen an opportunity for employment. And then only to find that it was not the employment which they were thinking about, because they were taught that they are going to train as bodyguards, and then therefore they'll get jobs within the MKP, and some of them in other departments of government. Yes, and then when they got there, they were given a contract which was written in Russian language, which they couldn't interpret. After, and then one of the South African people who was there, who was one of the people who sent them that side, who recruited them, told them that, no, just sign this thing. I also signed it. And then they signed. And then after signing that thing, everything changed. They were taken to a place called Poskov for 3-week training.
Sure. And
then therefore there was no communication within parents and so on. So until we hear after maybe September that no, things are not going well that side.
Is it only then that as families you begin to think, okay, maybe there's something that is not right?
Yes, because we remember there was some attempts which were made, because some of them, after 3 weeks, they managed to contact their families. Yeah. Yes, but there were attempts of getting them out of that place, and then those attempts failed. Yes.
Except for the communication from the Russian diplomats, I mean, what is the current status of your children? Have you been able to have any kind of contact with them?
Yes, not really, but some who because, mind you, they are not in one place. Yeah. They were in different places. And then but some of them, most of them, they've been collected. it's 2 or 3 who are still out there, but they are no more in combat.
Okay.
Yes, but
Okay.
they are very much happy about these plans of repatriation.
Okay. So you're giving them at least the next 7 days to be able to establish contact with them at least?
Yes, because remember that on Tuesday, when we were pleading with to the president about the repatriation, we asked that after 7 days we need to get some feedback from the president office, and then we are happy that we were informed about the attempts which the president did to contact with the Russian president.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any injuries, I mean, at this particular point that you've got reported?
We heard that there are 2 for now, 2 who are injured. And then one of them, his limbs are, the nervous system on the limbs is dysfunctional. And one of them is still in hospital. So it's having an infection on the feet, because the other one, I understand, it was amputated. So it's in and out of hospitals. Yes. But besides that, no injuries which we heard about.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what is the extent of the support that you are getting from government as far as the processes of repatriation?
I would say that we had overwhelming support from government. We started with the Minister of DECO. He supported us, and then he even convened a meeting to hear about the whole thing, because you must know that there's always stories about the action which happened. People will say this and that, but fortunately enough, parents were able to inform the minister about how did those boys go that side. And then we had 2 meetings with the minister, and then we were contacted by the DECO members who are in Russia, some in Ukraine.
Right.
Yes. Okay. So we were getting a support from DECO. Yeah. Yes. And then we used to have some communications with them. Yes.
Okay. Now, we are told the South African government and the Hawks are investigating this recruitment scheme, which reportedly involved some kind of deception. I mean, others are calling it a little bit more deeper than that, human trafficking and fraud and so on and so forth. Are you participating in those investigations? Are you cooperating with them?
We are cooperating, because the last time, I think it's 3 weeks back, the Hawks visited the parents and then collected the statements, and then from there maybe they are still waiting for maybe an order, maybe to affect an arrest or whatsoever. Yeah. But we gave them whatever they asked from us.
Yeah, of course, this has legal implications. I mean,
yes.
For families, what would you like to see happen? These illegal citizens that got your children to participate in this foreign mission.
As parents, we like to see that the justice must take its course. Whoever who contributed in this particular human trafficking and so on, they must be punished. Yeah. Because if the government doesn't do anything about this, it won't stop. As you understand, there is a high rate of unemployment. People can be led easily. Yes, some, you still remember, after those who went there, others were caught at the airport. Yes. On the way to Russia as well. Yeah, yes, yeah. If these people are not stopped, I think, especially the youth, they'll take everyone to Russia to fight wars which doesn't concern us. Yeah. Yes.
Mahlangu, we appreciate you, and thank you very much for coming on. That is Thulani Mahlangu, family member of one of the 17 men trapped in Russia. They're saying that there is, of course, communication now coming through from overseas, where the South Africans have been removed from combat. They are in the process of being repatriated, and as families appreciating the quick response from the presidency.